But when you put your story into the pages of your book and you give it to me for free, and you allow me to have a 2 or 3 hour conversation with you as I read your book.
Welcome to Monday Mornings with Michelle, the new business podcast. Whether you're kicking off your day or kickstarting your business, Michelle is going to kick your ass into next week with the essential fours: strategy, systems, support, and state of mind. Now, welcome to center stage, Michelle Nedelec.
Hey there, peeps. This is Michelle Nedelec, and I am super glad that you're here with us today because I have my most amazing guest, Michael DeLon. Michael, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Michelle, it's going to be quite a joy and an honor. Thank you for having me. It's going to be lots of fun.
It is totally going. Wow. Every time I've connected with you, I've had a ton of fun. So I am excited to give this opportunity to our listeners. So give us a 5,000-foot view of who you are and what you love to do.
Oh, wow. So 5,000-foot view, follower of Christ, been married 32 years, got 4 kids, 2 adopted, 2 biological. We were foster parents for 8 years. I was in prison for 2 years. And that was actually not a little prison. It was an emotional prison when I was in a job I hated at a ministry that I loved. And when I escaped from prison and started my marketing consulting firm, I found myself in a dilemma. Nobody would hire me because I was a ministry guy, not a marketing guy. So I published a book and used that to change my credibility. That launched my career and the business that I have now, Paperback Expert, where we help business owners create a book without writing a word. I love helping people tell their story, put it in their book, and then teach them how to use their book to grow their business. That's what I love to do.
Nice. And peeps, yes, you heard that correctly. Everything he said is true, and we still get along. He puts through my swearing and
That's right.
and loves me anyways, which I love that. So let's kind of back up the bus again, because it was a super fast history. What got you into the paperback industry? Why?
Yeah. So the deal, so a long time ago, I was in Christian radio, marketing and sales, right? Nobody wanted to buy Christian radio. They wanted to sell their products and services. So I had to either become really, really good at selling or good at marketing. So I chose marketing. I read the books, went to the conferences, all that, learned marketing. Then God led us into ministry for 10 years. When I escaped from prison and started my marketing consulting firm, I would come out and meet with you, Michelle, and say, I think I can help you grow your business. And so we'd have a great conversation. And somewhere in that talk, you'd say, now, Michael, what have you done for the last few years? I say, well, I built marriages and families, family life. And you say, well, that's really honorable and good, Michael. Oh, look at the time. I've got another meeting coming up.
Gotta go.
Let's reschedule. And I wasn't getting any clients. I'm like, okay, this is not how it's supposed to work. So I went to my church one day, second floor. I was just pacing the hallway back and forth going, God, how do I help Michelle? Because I know I can. And he gave me this idea. He says, why don't you take all of your strategies and ideas and put them in a book? Why didn't I think of that? So I did. I published my book on marketing back in 2013. Then I would call you for an appointment. I would mail a copy of my book to you. A week later, I'd walk into your office for our meeting. I walked in your office. There it was. My book was on your desk, dog-eared, highlighted, underlined. You'd read my book. And in that meeting, you'd say, now, Michael, in your book, you said, how do you help me do that? And you'd hire me. And the next person hired me. And I started gaining clients. And I thought, well, this is really cool. Now, let me ask you a question, Michelle. What changed between those 2 meetings? Did my understanding of marketing change? Not at all. Did my background in ministry change? Nope. What changed was how you thought of me. When you got a copy of my book, you instantly saw me as an expert in marketing. And when I walked in your office, you had pen in hand, ready to take down the solution that I had for your problem. That changed everything for me. And so that planted the seed that has now grown to be Paperback Expert, because I realized marketing happens in the mind of my audience. And to differentiate myself in a very crowded marketplace, I published a book, and that book put me on the map. It reversed the polarity of my marketing because I wasn't chasing clients anymore. I had clients calling me because I would give them a book. They would hand it to their buddy at B&I or whatever. And people would be calling me and saying, hey, dude, Johnny gave me your book and I'd like to talk with you. But I'm like, well, this is pretty cool. It changed the entire dynamic of my business. And so that's how I got into being a book publisher for small business owners. And we did that for a few years. We just published your book, right? And then you would call me. Here's what happened, Michelle. I'd publish your book, make you an Amazon best-selling author and everything. You come back to me a couple, months later and say, hey, Michael, this is great. My book's on Amazon. What do I do with it? Because business owners don't really understand marketing. And so we started building marketing systems that we give to our clients to say, okay, now that you have your book, how do you use your book? So I have over a dozen systems that we give to our clients to help them use their book to attract leads and prospects, precondition them to hire them like I did by mailing the copy of the book, get referrals from, open up centers of influence, just all kinds of things you can do with your book. So that's how I got into this. It's really fun because every business owner is an expert at what they do and they all have a story. They're just not telling it. So I get to help them tell that story without them ever writing a word.
What?
Go figure. Because everybody wants to be an author. Nobody wants to write a book. And so I figured that out. I wrote my book. It about killed my family and me. I mean, it was terrible nights, weekends. Is that a comma or a semi-comma? That should be a dash. It's like, shut up, just publish it. So what we do is we have a staff of writers who get on the phone with you or a Zoom call, and we interview you because, Michelle, you've got everything in your head that needs to go into your book. But to get it out, to type it out, to structure it, to edit, right? Who wants to do that? Our writers like to do that. So we just interview you and you speak to write your book because you can talk about what you do all day long. We just structure it and make it sound great. And then we do all of the editing and all of the cover. We do everything except the content because we're not the expert, you are. So it's your book. It's written in your words, your content, your voice. We just do all the hard work for you and we get it done. It takes less than 24 clock hours of your time over about 6 or 7 months of our time and hundreds of hours to get it done. But now you have a marketing asset for life. So
nice. I love that. So anytime somebody can take all of the crap I don't like to do and give it to somebody who loves doing that.
Yeah.
I'm in heaven.
I mean, we do for book creation, kind of what you do with technology. It's like, get it off my plate. Mm-hmm. And people come to us to say, I've always thought about writing a book. Mm-hmm. Or I tried writing a book, or I took a course on writing a book. And the myth that's out there right now, and it's been out there for a few years, is, you know, Michelle, if you write a book, the Red Sea splits and the world beats a path to your door. No, it doesn't. No. Having a book's great and it positions you differently, but you really have to know how to use your book, how to market that book and your credibility. And that's a lot of reasons why, you know, in our programs, we promote our clients to be Amazon best-selling authors because of what that title means in the mind of your audience. We create podcasts for our clients and interview them on every chapter of their book. So they're featured as experts who are being interviewed. Everything we do is built around what we call credibility marketing. And it starts with your biggest platform of being an author, having your own custom book.
Nice. So other than doing absolutely nothing with it, which most authors do, what are the biggest mistakes that most people make when they've got their book?
Yeah. What's the biggest mistake they make when they have their book? Well, A, they don't do anything with it, right? Mm-hmm. And two, they try to sell it. They try to make money on Amazon. I talked to an entrepreneur yesterday. They were getting ready to launch their book. They didn't write it through me. They launched it somewhere else. And they're like, how do I do this? I'm going to put it on Amazon for $27 and I'm going to sell some copies on it. I'm like, why are you doing that? Well, because I want to get my book in the hands of people so they'll get my message and they'll come and buy my high ticket coaching program. And without saying these words, I said, you're an idiot. Put it on Amazon, sure, price it high, but then say, oh, by the way, you can get it on Amazon or I'll give you a free copy at my website. And she's like, oh, what? Because what you want to do is you want to build your list, right? You buy it on Amazon, guess what you get? A few dollars of royalty. Who cares? I want your name. I want your email address. I want your mailing address. I want to build a relationship with you. And so trying to sell your book on Amazon or Kindle and getting lots of downloads, who cares? That's not why you do it as a business owner. It's to position yourself as an authority to get your book in as many hands as you possibly can. So website's number one. Put it on your website and have a lead generation funnel. If you don't know how to do that, talk to Michelle because she does. But think about referrals. How many people would love to up the number of referrals? Okay, so you have a happy, satisfied client. Say, Michelle, thank you so much for trusting me with the your financial planning or whatever it is. You may not know this, but most of our clients don't come to us through marketing and advertising. They come to us through our happy clients telling others. Would you do me a favor, Michelle? And because you're happy with me, right, at that moment, you're going to say, well, sure, what can I do? Would you take 3 or 4 copies of my book, Michelle? And as you're talking with people in the next 3 or 4 weeks about how I've helped you, would you just take a copy of my book and say, here's the person we trusted. You should just read their book. Would you do that for me? Oh, absolutely. And then how cool is it for them to go, hey, my girl wrote the book on this, right? You need to read her book versus saying, well, here's the business card of the person that I trust, right? I mean, make it fun for people, right? And I mean, that's how you clone your clients. If you want centers of influence, probably not a better way than to send somebody a copy of your book with a nice note and say, hey, I'd love to strike up a conversation. I'll call you in a couple of days. Out of the blue, they get this big old package in the mail and they open up with a signed copy of a book from somebody. They're like, who in the world? Then you get a call and say, hey, Michelle, I'm the guy who sent you that book in the big gold envelope. Did you get it? Yeah, I've been wondering, who are you? Strikes up a conversation, right? Leads to a coffee, leads to more business because you're doing it differently. And that's really the thing that you've got to understand in marketing is there's so much out there that is just getting crammed down our throats, right? I got emails the other day and LinkedIn things the other day. It's like, hi, I saw your profile. Oh, by the way, I can help you raise your business. You know, it's like, oh, shut up. Let's go old school for a little bit and build a relationship with somebody. And like we have, right? This is like our 5th or 6th time talking. It's like, yeah, we're just like bosom buddies. But it's just be chill, be yourself. And it's a book reverses the polarity of your marketing. It causes people to come to you when you are just you. And I learned that a few years ago because before that, I was trying to be somebody else. I was trying to be who you thought I should be, right? I'm a book publisher. I'm a marketing expert. That took so much energy. I'm just now Michael. And you know what? If you like me, great. Let's do some work together. And if you don't, great, go away. Because it's going to be frustrating for both of us. So I really want my clients to just tell their story because they all have one. They're just scared to death to tell it. And it's like, no. Let us tell it for you. And then it becomes what I call a signature message. And now you can tell it on webinars or podcasts or in seminars or anywhere you go. It's kind of like my prison escape story. That has become kind of my signature message because it launches into how I got into this dumb business and how I can help you escape from prison, whether it's a job you hate or marketing you can't figure out, because most of my clients are experts at what they do. They've just not been taught how to do marketing the right way. And that's why we always combine book publishing with marketing coaching programs to teach them along the way in a parallel manner. And I think I'm the only one out there doing both at the same time without charging more money.
Wow. And doing it as well as you do, I might add.
Oh, thank you.
Stellar. I love it. So who's your ideal client? Who you love to work with?
People with more money than they know what to do with. No.
Good answer.
Yeah, we work with a lot of financial advisors and attorneys. I have been on our market for a long time. Coaches are great. Real estate agents, entrepreneurs who are really helping people and have a passion for what they're doing, but they're hitting the wall. They're struggling to be different, right? To get to the front of the line. It's like they're standing in line for a bar, amusement park, whatever, and they're like 12th in line behind everybody else. And what we do is we give them that Disney fast pass to get to the front of the line. And we do it not just because they have a book. Okay, hear this. It's because we help you create your signature message. What's unique about you that separates you from everybody else? Because if you don't have that, you're what I call a coffee bean. Now, Michelle, I love coffee. Okay, I drink it every day. Coffee beans, if you pour them out on your desk in front of you, they all look the same. They all smell the same. And in marketing, if you look like and sound like all of your competitors, you're a coffee bean, and you're giving me no reason to talk with you. But when you put your story into the pages of your book and you give it to me for free, and you allow me to have a 2 or 3 hour conversation with you as I read your book, now I'm much more disposed to move in your direction. Because in marketing, so many times people want the today buyer, right? I need more leads. I need more leads. I need more leads. I need more. What are you doing with the leads you're getting? Well, they didn't buy, so I need more leads. Shut up, right? Build a relationship with people, right? I want to be the first one people think of and the person they feel the best about when they're ready to make a buying decision. Okay.
Absolutely.
I had a prospect the other day call me. He'd been on my list for 7 years. He finally is ready to talk. Praise God. I'm here. That's what I want to do.
Nice. So why is it that you absolutely love and adore working with those people? What is it about them that makes them special to you?
Yeah, I love it because they really do provide help to people. Okay.
Mhm.
I've done a lot of work in the personal injury lawyer realm. Okay. And I hope nobody gets mad at this. Before I got into doing books for personal injury attorneys, right? They were all like slime balls. There's like, I just got $28 million for this person. Call me. I'm the big hammer. It's like, okay. But what I found in working with them,
Mhm.
they're great people. And
What?
most of them have a
Yeah.
story in their background. Can you believe it? Where somebody got screwed. And they're in business to protect you when life throws you a curveball. And I'm like, well, yeah, I want to help you proclaim that message.
Right.
Financial advisors. I don't know if you know anything about finances, but they're a mess. I mean, planning for retirement and 401 watts and finding somebody who can simplify that so I can actually wrap my head around it, who can help me set up my finances for myself and my children and grandchildren. Okay, I'm all over that. People have passion. Most business owners are really passionate about what they do. They can really help people, but they're fighting the battle that they look like and sound like everybody else. I go to their websites. I'm like, what do you do? What? Yeah. No clarity, no differentiation. And they have all the accolades of, well, I'm a CSPF 55272. I don't care. So it's us having that ability to look into your business from the outside, to see with clarity what your message should be and help you communicate that so it separates you. Because I know you're going to gain more clients. And when that happens, your clients are going to have a better life because what you do really is important. You're just fighting the battle the wrong way. I love the victories that my clients get. It just fires me up. And we approach marketing from a different perspective than most people, which I love. And it turns on some light bulbs, and the systems we provide our clients work month in and month out, month in and month out, and their business grows and life gets better for them. So that's what I love doing.
Nice. So give us an example of a Cinderella story of one of your clients.
Yeah. Okay. Just one of them.
Just one.
Probably Brad. Brad is one of my favorites. He's a financial advisor up in Branson, Missouri area. He'd been on radio for a while, giving away another book. Somebody else is like a presented by book that talked about what he was doing, financial advising. He would give that away, and it was okay. He called me, and this was back in 2014 or so. He's like, I want to do my own book. So we helped him create his own book, Safe Money Matters. That's his shtick. Okay. He went on radio. He started saying, get a copy of my new Amazon bestselling book, Safe Money Matters. I'll mail it to you for free. He started mailing that out. People started walking into his office, these appointments, with his book in their hand with Post-it notes in it, saying, okay, I've got a question on page 7, and page 35. These people had read his book. They knew his story. They showed up knowing Brad, knowing who he was, and buying from him, right? Signing the papers. And then at the end of the conversation, and I got this in email format, he sent it to me. He's like, these people are asking me, Michael, they'll say, Brad, before we leave, can we get a few more copies of your book to hand out to our kids and the people at work? And he says, yeah, do you want 5 or 10? So
Nice.
And I've got 2 or 3 interviews with Brad on video where he will tell you his ROI from his book is probably 40 times what he invested in his book because he's done it consistently over time. That was 2014. He still uses his book today to do exactly the same thing, to attract, engage, and retain clients for life. And that's just one story. We've got multiple stories of people just like that because they're consistent in their marketing, and he's using his book in all aspects of his marketing. And books have shelf life. I mean, you publish it, it's going to be there. And you know, it's sacrilegious to throw a book away.
Totally.
Did you know that? We move it from house to house. And so once you put a book in somebody's hand, it's going to be there, especially when you sign it to them.
Right.
And the only other time you don't want it in their hands is when you give them multiple copies to give out to their friends. Yeah.
Exactly. Nice. I love that. So what are some of the stumbling blocks that somebody's having right now? And they're thinking, oh my God, Michael, I need you so badly right now.
Yeah. They're on the revenue roller coaster, right? So they're paying for leads. They're getting lots of leads, but they're not converting those leads into appointments. Okay. And so they say, well, I just need better leads. No, what you need is a better message. Okay. I camp on message. I hammer message. When you have the right message, you can take it anywhere. Right. We fought in our business message for a long time until we finally came up with create your book without writing a word. That message captures the attention of my audience. They go, what? Tell me more about that. Okay, great. Now we can have a conversation. Before I got that message, I was all over the board. Most people I work with don't have a clear message. So we're going to get a clear message for you because I just have that unique ability to do it. It's a God-given gift. I can look into your business, hear your story, find that message. Then we'll take that message, not just in your book, but in other marketing that you're doing. So if you're buying for leads and they're not converting to appointments, and those appointments aren't converting to clients at the percentage that you like, we can always help you grow there. Okay. If you're not getting enough referrals, we can teach you how to do that. And we do it by systems. Most business owners, you're a systems girl. I love that about you. But most business owners don't run systems. All right. They don't run systems at all. They don't have marketing systems. We teach systems. We give them the systems that run this. And our systems are low cost, no cost things. They're just what I call old school, high relational, totally different than what anybody's doing right now. And it builds credibility. So if you're hitting your head against the wall, if you're not getting the conversion percentage of the leads you're getting are not converting into appointments. And if those appointments, if you got 8 appointments and you're only selling 2 of them, how can we help you sell 3 of them or 4 of them? There are ways to do that by preconditioning people through the pages of your book and through other systems that we bring to the table and give you in our coaching program. Because it shouldn't be that hard. It really shouldn't be. So
you are preaching to the choir, baby.
I know it. It's just, that's why that's why we got connected. It's like, gosh, we preach the same message, just so in
very different ways. But I love it.
Yeah,
it is. So I know that our listeners are going to want more from you. How did they start their journey with you?
Paperbackexpert.com. Okay, that's our website. From there, that's the hub of all things Michael. So we've got videos there. We've got free resources, free trainings we've done. We've got blog articles. We've got Facebook, LinkedIn, all that stuff. You can find out everything. You can schedule a call with me, right? I encourage people to go to my website, check it out, see what's out there, see who I am. Do you like me? If you do, take the next step. Have a credibility conversation with me. It's a 45-minute call where we're talking about you and your business and your struggles. What are you trying to do? And is a book even the right thing? I told a guy 3 weeks ago, I said, you don't need a book. You need a message. And so we put him into our short 6-week coaching program and developed his message first. From there, now he's able to either do a book or go do something else, but he's in a much better spot. That's what we do on our calls, Michelle. I'm going to tell you if you're ready for a book or not, because the worst thing I would ever do is publish a book for you with a bland message. Heaven forbid. I'm about growing your business. So paperbackexpert.com, you can find all things about us and how we can serve you. And you'll probably get a few laughs along the way.
Love it. Awesome. Oh my God. Peeps, you are going to love it. You absolutely adore Michael, and I know you are too. So go and check that out, paperbackexpert.com, and tell him I sent you.
Amen.
I love that.
That's right.
Awesome. So, Michael, I have to ask you, at what point in life did you know that you were special kind of crazy enough to think that you could become an entrepreneur?
It happened it actually happened before business. I always pigeonholed myself when I was in ministry, because I was leading the departments and things. I always told everybody, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm an intrapreneur, meaning I work well within an organized system. But when I climbed the corporate ladder and I saw the dysfunction in big business, I realized I think I can do this differently. And I think during that tenure of being in prison is when I really realized I can do this. I've got enough stuff to figure it out or to connect with the right people to help me down the road. And so it was during my prison term when I really got the confidence to go, I got this, and I've got something that people need. And so that's why I think that's where it happened for me to escape prison and to start and to be. I feel like a pinball, honestly. You ever play pinball, right?
I have.
You see that little ball that bounces off.
Yep.
That's me, because over the last decade, I have bounced around in the same business, right? But I have reinvented my business not less than a dozen times to get to the point where we are today. And I think that's the resiliency that entrepreneurs have to have, right? We're passionate, but I know, Michelle, I can help you.
Fine. I love that. So give me a story of one of the funniest mess ups you've ever made as an entrepreneur.
Oh my goodness. Probably the biggest one, funny or not, is when I all right. So I'm a marketing guy.
Funny or not. You may laugh at my mistakes.
So I'm a marketing guy, right? I understand marketing. So a few years ago, my son, Caleb, who works in the business with me, he and I were working in the business. We hired a consultant to help us with marketing because, I'm so close to my business. I couldn't see it. We overspent our marketing, paying all the stuff that he told us to do. And I started feeling this pressure. It's like, okay, we're not getting clients, but I'm spending lots of money. So I built a spreadsheet. It's called the Paperback Expert Go Broke Date. And I thought, okay, 6 months down the road, I said, we're going to have some traction. It's going to be okay. No. It was like 2.5 months. I was going broke. I'm like, oh, crap. So we made a decision to eliminate not only the consultants, but eliminate the biggest expense in my company. And that was me. I fired myself. I went back to prison and worked for somebody for 9 months as my son ran this company so that we could stop the hemorrhaging and the bleeding. Because what I did, and then after 9 months, I came back and we've been on good terms since, because I failed and I delegated my marketing fully to somebody else. I said, you go do it. No. I'm always going to oversee the marketing. I may have people doing it, but I'm in charge, right? And I think that's where I made my biggest mistakes. It was funny in one act. When I look back now, I laugh. I'm like, oh my gosh, what an idiot. We all need people looking into our business, but there are a couple things you don't delegate. Dan Kennedy drilled this into my head and I just forgot it. You never delegate marketing. I mean, as far as who owns it, I own it, right? And you don't delegate the checkbook because, anybody in my company can take money in, but there are only like 3 people who can spend money. It's me, my wife, and my son. So it was that really, as I looked at it going, what an idiot. But it was a great lesson for me to learn. And I share that openly with people to go, yes, I'm a marketing guy, but good golly, I still don't have it all figured out, right? And if anybody tells you they have it all figured out, run. Right? We're in this together. Yeah, seriously. But that's what we do. We try to be super transparent in everything that we do. And what we do very well. I'm only good at 4 things, Michelle. I've probably shared that with you before. I'm only good at 4 things. I'm wicked good at these 4 things. Outside of those 4 things, I'm mediocre at best. So I do everything I possibly can to stay in these 4 things, and marketing happens to be one of my 4 things. And I love it. I bleed it. I help people. And I want to see the light bulbs come on in your mind to go, oh, I get it. Yes, go. And when you succeed, and when I hear that you gained a client or got a referral because of something I taught you, there was just no greater day. I love it. That's what I want to do.
Nice. I love it. So my brain went somewhere, and it's probably not where your brain's going. So what are your 4 things?
My 4 things. Yeah. They spelled the word CLAM, CLAM, communication. I'm wicked good at communication in all types. Leadership. Affirmation. I'm really good at affirming people and seeing the gifts they have. And then marketing, CLAM.
Nice. Love that. Oh my God, you are awesome. I could be here all day. You know we can.
You know what?
We've done it before. So any last words for our peeps?
The last word, be yourself. Really just be yourself. Tell your story. Don't be afraid, because people will resonate with it. Be yourself and your business and your marketing will be a lot more fun, and it's going to be a lot more profitable too, because people will bond with you and they'll stay with you.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you, Michael, so much for your time. I appreciate it. I know how valuable it is.
Oh, always have time for you. This has been lots of fun.
You're awesome. Peeps, this is Michelle Nedelec. Thank you for being here with us. Be sure to subscribe to the show. And if you're looking to scale or automate your business, reach out to me at michelle@awarenessstrategies.com or connect with me on LinkedIn or Facebook. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening to our show. I'm all about being a resource center for entrepreneurs to give them the information and the support that they need to make it in business. As such, the notes for this show can be found at our website at awarenessstrategies.com/blog. Be sure to subscribe, give us a rating. I like 5 stars personally, and share with your friends.